have in my hand is what I perceive to be a huge environmental problem. And you probably can't see it from the back row. You're like, what is she holding up? But it may be, I think, in small isolated portions, it's so tiny. But when you see it in volume, in sort of this sort of aspect, you can probably see something shimmering. This is a mix of glitter and sequins. So for those of you who are not particularly familiar with sequins, they're small little discs of plastic like the ones you see here. I have seen a lot of these in my career working in the fashion and textiles industry. I've been making garments like you see on the right with metallic shine and coloration. I've been working in design studios, in product development, in production. And what my career really allowed me to see was not only the beauty of these types of materials, but also the amount of damage that they cause to the environment. So I spent a lot of time working in factories around the world, and you really start to see how these materials flow through the system and how they can be damaging. So things like this are really familiar, where you see, small streams running off into the back streams behind factories that are glistening with rainbow colorations of sort of toxic colorants and fixatives. Also things like this, which is maybe not so much spoken about, but small tiny particles of metallic shine that are swept out onto the street, and they end up in local agricultural areas. And so these are not only damaging to the land, but also damaging to human health, especially when you're day in, day out dealing with these materials and the toxic properties of plastic, especially when we consider PVC. So being in this space, I really sort of started to see that everything that I was dealing with was in one way or another based around our planet's finite resource, petroleum. And while it offered, really great aesthetic qualities, I really just sort of couldn't do it anymore and participate in this type of space anymore. And I really wanted to take some time back and start to work on new material solutions that have this kind of vibrant coloration, but that could fit within our circular economy. So we have an interesting relationship with shimmer. Researchers from Ghent University have shown that our preference for shine is actually linked to an innate need for water as a resource. So it's really sort of makes a bit of a case for why we've been seeing these types of materials throughout history, these sparkling materials, and they've really just evolved with the material developments of the times that we're in. So for example, in ancient Egyptian times, we saw a lot of metallic sort of golden metallic shine. We even saw that there was a lot of golden coins that were directly embellished onto garments as a really direct sign of wealth and status. Then things shifted a little bit, and we started to see Bapestidae beetles, so literal beetle wings being embroidered onto garments, because we were so obsessed with trying to obtain this type of shimmer and shine. And so again, it was really we start to see this sort of democratization of shimmer through history. And what was once really just only for the wealthy and affordable to the rich were then becoming a cheap commodity. So we started to see now these days that these types of materials are on everything. And all types of clothing, party wear, shoes, kids wear, it's adorned with sequins and glitter. And once you sort of see these types of materials, you can't unsee that they're actually in more than what you think. So for example, they're very prevalent in the cosmetics industry, these types of materials, as well as party and goods, and in print and packaging, in luxury. And what's actually happened is, with the increased production of these types of plastic-based shiny materials, we've had an increase in the environmental damage of them. So some things here, 1.7 million sequin garments are sent to landfills annually in the UK. Glitter is the third most common particle type that's found in wastewater treatments, and that was a study in Australia. The cosmetics industry uses 5,500 tons of microplastics annually. So you're probably thinking, why don't we just ban these types of materials? That this is a bit ridiculous for a bit of sparkle. Well, looking through the history and our sort of like innate need for these types of things, we believe it's not going to go away. So what we do, we look to nature. And so in nature, you see these incredible examples of structural color. So we see here, hummingbird feathers that are glittering and have this sort of metallic shine. So structural color is where the nanostructure of the material aligns in a way that creates sort of, that refracts light and creates what we perceive as vibrant coloration and sparkle. And this underpins the fundamental innovations of radiant matter. So we make structurally colored materials, but from cellulose. So for example here, this is plant-derived, it's biodegradable, it's got 0 metals, minerals, or pigments, whilst maintaining this incredible coloration. It's lightweight, it's non-toxic, and color fast, and that's just sort of a couple of the benefits. We recently partnered with Stella McCartney to bring our material innovations to industry in the form of sequins, and that's just really a starting point for us. So we're in this partnership replacing PVC sequins that you see on garments, and we're very happy to be able to start with such a great partner. We also saw that the LVMH posted our story on the landing page of their website, which is the first time that a sustainable material company has been platformed on their landing page. So it really marks a pivotal moment in biomaterial innovations. So we see an immense potential for these types of, for our innovations to be able to really transform the way the industry creates and uses metallic shine and brilliant color, breaking down the preconceived ideas of what sustainability looks like and sort of opening up a more wondrous landscape for really exciting, colorful, and brilliant materials. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for listening.